This is painful. Oh my goodness. So let's be honest here, okay? There's only one group of people that we have to blame for this election outcome. There is only one group, and the group is Democrats. That is correct. For the amount of disinformation that was spread throughout this election cycle, the only group of people to blame are Democrats, is the DNC. They have failed the American people yet again, because their whole concept, right? Their whole concept ostensibly is that, hey, we're here for the working class, we're here for the less fortunate, we're here to protect them and fight for them. And you didn't do that, of having a proper infrastructure to effectively communicate and deliver your message. You failed that. You failed that one mission. You let tons and millions of people die by the wayside. I think there are a lot of people out there, and honestly, I can't blame Latinos. I can't blame blacks. I can't blame, the other groups of people out there for making, said choice at the ballot box. Because if they're constantly being faced with propaganda, misinformation, disinformation, day after day after day after day after day, at what point is it their fault? At what point is it? If they are constantly, no matter where they look, are being told lies and disinformation about Kamala Harris or Trump or about this election cycle and what's going to happen after voting for said person, then that's not their fault. That is your fault. That is the DNC's fault for not effectively communicating their message, for not letting the people know what is the outcome of making said decision. That's their fault.
He's out of line, but he's right.
And I say that to say this because there's an interview with this Latino, and he has the Make America Great Again hat with the whole blonde hair wig on it and everything. And it's cute, right? It's cute. But what's unfortunate is what he believes is going to happen. He goes on to talk about, mass deportation. He's like, yeah, mass deportation is good. Get these criminals out of here.
If they let in hundreds or thousands of people who already have criminal records, if deporting them creates a mass deportation, I'm all for it.
And to be honest with you, this is something that is seen within the black communities, where you have, these black people who think they are better than everyone else. They're like, hey, I'm not like them. They're all about respectability politics. Like, hey, I'm not like them. I'm not a criminal. I'm not on welfare. I don't do abortions. I don't even like watermelon, okay? I am not like them at whatsoever. I'm one of the good ones, okay? You can trust me. And you have this mindset, and it has to deal with as far as just being here in the country. Being here in the country and being a victim to a lot of the propaganda that has been, that has poisoned many of these communities, especially in, black community. We can see how it's poisoned the black community. We can see that just via as far as black conservatives that we see on the talk shows and whatnot, and how they have this repulsive aversion towards their own kind in hopes to be white adjacent and to rub elbows with those of the elites, not knowing that they'll always be seen, as Kanye says, or as Ye says, a Negro in a coupe.
Damn.
You have this with a lot of these minorities and a lot of these people who come over here who think that, hey, well, I'm not like those other groups. I'm different. I'm not a criminal. And you can hear it in his voice, how he feels, as I did a video on the previous family, where they feel they are not like these other individuals. They're not like these groups who are coming over here presently. That they are criminals. They're causing the crime. They're the reason why everything is bad. To follow up with this, the reporter asked, well, what about those who are here, who are working? What about those who are farmers and are doing the jobs that Americans don't want to do? And to that, he responds, well, I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. I don't think they'll break up, family-oriented, individuals who come here to the country.
But what if rounded up in all of that are people who work on a farm? They're doing the jobs that Americans don't want to do. Does that worry you?
That wouldn't be fair. Of course, they need to make sure that they don't throw away, they don't kick out, they don't deport people that are family-oriented.
Ironic.
And right there, that goes to show you a failure in the Democrats' messaging. It goes to show you how much of a disconnect that people like this have with the reality of what they voted for. Because we had, Tom Human, I believe is his name, right? He had an interview on 60 Minutes. And the ladies asked, what about, separating families? There's a way to go about this without separating families. And he gives one of the most coldest responses that I've heard.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
That right there is in stark contrast to what this Latino believes is going to happen. He believes that it's going to be everyone but me. Everyone else but me. Hey, I'm hardworking. I'm doing a job. I'm not committing crime. I'm not like those other immigrants, okay? I'm not like those, okay? I'm one of the good ones. And little does he know that even if you're not legally here, you don't have citizenship, that you are in fact, they consider you one of the bad ones. That you are in fact going to get swept up regardless if you have a job or not. That they are willing to take a short-term loss, all right? Because that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be taking a hit to the economy. There is going to be a severe repercussion for mass deportation of all these individuals who have embedded themselves within the country. If they go about that and they start doing, job raids and stuff like that, and they start yeeting these people out here, you have to understand who's gonna take their job. Because the reason why many of these companies hire these individuals, which is what they're alleging, is because, hey, I don't have to pay Juan the same rate that I have to pay Lucas. Okay, I can pay Juan, pennies on the dollar as opposed to Lucas. You have to understand that once Juan is gone and, Lucas is here, listen, bruh, I want some health care. I know my rights. I want a minimum wage. Actually, not even minimum wage, because my background and experience, I deserve more than that. So we're going to have to negotiate the pay. Those companies, what they are producing right now, they're not going to be producing that. What little do they understand is that this country is ran on capitalism. And capitalism has nothing to do with you as being American. All these people talking about, yeah, America, capitalism, we gotta do great things. That has nothing to do with one or the other, okay? Nothing. They are complete mutual exclusives. That's what they are. You getting rich has nothing to do with helping the American citizen that has allowed you to get rich. It has to deal with getting rich. That has been the goal. The goal has always been greed. By doing this, let's say I'm a CEO of a major company. Do you think that, let's say, you get rid of Juan, my cheap labor, right? You get rid of Juan, my cheap labor, then you tariff me on the goods, right? Do you think that I'm just like, you know what? We're just going to take a hit to the profits and we're going to bring on board a whole bunch of Americans? No, that's not what's going to happen. I would argue that would expedite the automation process. Now listen to me. This is the same thing that they want to criticize when people are talking about, hey, we need a livable wage. I shouldn't have to work 40 hours plus, a week and not be able to put food on the table, to pay my rent, and to invest. That should not be a case here. And what do they say? Well, if you do a livable wage, then companies are going to fire you and they're going to automate. They're going to do that anyway. And they're especially going to do that if you force them to take a hit to their profits. These companies have no loyalty to its citizens. They have no loyalty to its citizens. They have no loyalty to this country. That's what many of them are so naive about, that they think these companies care about. You are a number to them. If you ask anyone who's ever worked in HR, that is exactly what you are. You are a number. Thank you. Come again. On to the next. That's what will happen. So when you put these companies in a corner to do good, is what they believe. Well, we're going to do good. We're going to bring jobs back into the country. That's not how they see it. They see it as, hey, you're trying to cut into my profits. That's not going to happen. I'm really disheartened when we have people like this, when we have Black MAGA, who are saying just absolutely egregious things and what they believe is going to happen. In the meantime, between time, they have their parents or loved ones on EBT. They have, loved ones who may be in government housing. They have children who are in public schools. And it's just like, it's a failure of the Democrats. It is an absolute travesty that their failure in communicating an effective message to these people, the people who are going to be harmed the worst, the people who are going to really feel this pain, all right, if they enact what they all, say that they're going to enact. Because, it's a 50-50. This man can actually do what he's going to say and not do what he's going to say. So, but if they actually go through with it, the same people that the Democrats are supposed to be protecting and fighting for, they're the ones that are going to hurt. And they're going to hurt due to the incompetency of the DNC. And I don't see how you think that's fair. I don't see how you think that's right. Anyways, guys, that's a video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe Lucas, this, they made their bed, now they have to lie in it. That's what they deserve. Or if you don't believe, listen, what about those who have been led astray by an ad, right? What about those who have been led astray by, a tweet, by a meme, by a video that they came across in their feed? I don't think it's fair to penalize someone who is a victim of misinformation and disinformation. I think what should be done is that, hey, what's the quote go? In order for, evil to win, good people have to do nothing. Well, that's what's happening. You have to do something. You have to do something. You have to figure something out to have counter propaganda to the disinformation and misinformation that is ubiquitous at this point. There has to be something done. They got to figure it out. Nevertheless, if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me. Friday to Sunday, disagreement day, call in and we'll duke it out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, let me know what you guys think, and subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.
That wouldn't be fair.